It is only 20 days left until competition. Yesterday you did see my freestyle session. It was the first one outdoors, and it went decent. I did rip my sort of thumb in a pretty good spot though, because it's probably gonna heal pretty fast and not necessarily in the way, which is good. But there's gonna be way more freestyle sessions from now on, because we are getting closer to the competition. And the last session was basically just to get a feeling of the bar, since it was a new one. But from now on, I wanna land my combos and do the shit that I'm gonna perform in comp. That's the plan. I also just wanna say thank you for everyone that's been supporting this channel. Time has been passing really fast, and I know that I haven't even said thank you to everyone that's been staying so long. We've been doing this for so like 3 months or something soon. 2.5 maybe to be precise. But thank you a lot for actually supporting. It feels like we already are a big community, and I definitely felt it, especially the day when my previous static workout, when that one went just like absolute shit. The comments were still so damn nice and motivating. Of course, I'm that type of guy that just would continue even if I didn't get motivational comments, but it always helps. Like, even if I'm pretty stone-faced and I know that my training is gonna be up and down, it still feels really good when people just taps you on the back and say like, oh, the next one is gonna be better. Even if I know that, it just helps that other people say it as well. So thank you. I'm not gonna jinx it this time, but I feel way better in the body. And it is a pull session, which is my favorite. I've always been the guy that loves front lever. And that's the plan for today. Front lever training. We have the Victorian, we have the one arm. I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'm not gonna jinx it, as I said, because this has happened before. I say I feel great, and then training shows something completely different. Since the series now is also about competition preparation, one thing I really want to get clear when it comes to competition preparation, it's not about like doing new stuff this close to comp. It's not about, you know, gaining mass, gaining strength. What it's about right now is for me to gain confidence and knowledge and muscle connection, but mainly just confidence in myself, especially in freestyle, but in statics as well. I want to know that when I show up in competition, I am confident that the things I'm gonna perform is something that I can do. Because when I train normally with a lot of resistance band and stuff, it's, of course I know I'm gaining a lot of strength, but I can't be 100% sure that I can perform it in competition. So that's why I do sort of a competition preparation. It's a different style of training, a bit harder on the muscles, a bit less help, lower reps, higher intensity, because I want to make sure that I know that, all right, when it's game day, I'm confident that I can perform this. This is of course for statics, but almost twice as important when it comes to freestyle, because freestyle in my opinion is 90% mentality. You just gotta be there in that moment. You gotta be confident that my body can perform this. You don't necessarily need to be extremely strong, but you gotta be there. You gotta have the mind right, and that's what it's competition preparation is all about. Just for me to know that, all right, I can actually perform this. I will do this, and when I show up, when it's game day, it's time to perform, I know that this is something I can do. That's what it's all about. It's not about gaining mass now or building insane strength. Like, it's not gonna happen in just a few weeks. So I just gotta accept that now I'm doing this for me, my confidence. That's what matters. But let's go. I feel pumped up, and it is front lever session, so I am expecting something good, but I do not want to jinx it. I'm not gonna say anymore. I will see you guys up there. I will get my warm up, and then we will head straight into the workout. The setup is ready. All I need is a straight bar, a resistance band, and something to fasten it. I'm ready to go. I'm still sticking with a 5 to 15 kg, I think this resistance band is. I'm gonna do it all the way until competition. It's helping me just enough for me to at least get a few seconds hold, but then again, not too long, so I'm training more endurance. This is for me to really train my strength, and almost like having no band. We are gonna start off with front lever to top hold. I'm just gonna mark it, so 1 second roughly. Then go down, another pull up, top hold. Do that for 5 repetitions. So far, I don't think I've succeeded to do a top hold on all 5 since I started this competition preparation. It's always been almost touched, but not really in the last ones. So if I ever get to 5 top front lever holds with this band, with this setup, that is a lot of progress. Was a bit too quick on the 4th one, but the first 3 ones felt really damn good. And it's the first set. could be seeing some good repetitions today. I hope so. Set number dos. I did go shirtless now because we all know it gives you some extra power. I think that's what we need for this workout. Because I feel good, we gain that extra power. It's gonna be some god level, I hope. Try to get a lot of false grip. Wow. First ones feel really good. I go first one, second one, third one. Top hold, clean, have full connection. Fourth and fifth one, I'm starting to lose that last power that I need to get the actual touch. But in general, pretty damn nice. Final set. I'm gonna try my best to get 4 with touch. When I said 5 in the beginning, it was a bit of a dream. One day I'm gonna get here, but today, let's see if we can get 4. If that's the case, then it's pretty damn good. Fuck! That was almost 5. Weird thing is I just tried to breathe a bit more and that to some degree helped. Like in the third one I almost took like an extra breath, I think. It felt like I breathed. I tried to breathe a bit more, but it's always a bit faster in the brain. I did try to breathe a bit more and it felt like I got some extra power. A mistake I always do in a lot of things, not only in front lever, is that I forget to breathe. It's like when I try to give maximum power, I'm like, it's not a winning concept. Because our bodies need oxygen. So the more I breathe, usually the better it goes. And this final one, 4, pretty solid I would say. I'm really happy. Up next is 4 sets of 1 arm front lever. And the sets will be 1 arm front lever hold, roughly 5 seconds. That's what I'm aiming for. Then grab both hands, do a front lever pull up, and then just a 2-second or 3-second front lever hold, marking it. That's not the hard part. But the pull up is just to get pretty used to it. Because in competition, most likely gonna do a 1 arm, grab, boom, pull up, keep going. I'm starting off with my good arm. That for the left one, I'm actually gonna take a thicker band because last post session, I did start to feel my left shoulder a bit when I did the 1 arm because my form is not really there. And in competition, I'm not gonna do it on my left arm. It is my weak arm. There's no reason for me to push it now either. Because if I were to get injured, this would fuck me up a lot. So definitely not worth it. I think it was okay. Form felt pretty solid. Feeling kind of strong. Not my peak performance, but pretty strong in the right arm. I'm also filming from that angle and doing it like this because filming over there is just, the light is so damn bad. So therefore I want to stick to this angle and I just got to change direction. In case you're wondering, probably not, but now you have the explanation. Let's move on to the left arm and grab a thicker band. Let's see how my performance is with a weak arm. Not perfect, the 1 arm, but I think this band is pretty good though to train that one with. That one with. Something that's also pretty hard to remember is this was the band that for me to do with this band on the left arm is huge progress compared to a few years ago when I barely trained the left arm. I only did 1 arm with the right one. So sometimes it's hard to forget where you started. And the same as 1 arm with this band on my right arm, that's insane. Because I used to start with, the purple bands that are this thick and could barely do a 1 arm with that one. It's crazy how much progress you actually get when you stay consistent. That was it. 1 set of each. Let's do 1 more set, 2 more sets in total, and then we are moving on. I don't know if this angle is gonna be that good, but let's give it a try. Might be the best one so far, and we will never know unless we actually give it a shot. On to my strong arm, and with a light band. Pretty good. 1 arm feels extremely solid. The transition to get my false grip, that one isn't that clean. I'm thinking it depends If I only do a pull-up, I don't necessarily need the false grip. False grip is way more crucial if I want to do like a top hold. But if I just want to do one explosive, of course it's helpful if I have my false grip, but I think it's still doable without it. And if that's the case, I can then get a transition from one arm to the pull-up way faster. I'll give it a try for the other one, for the left arm. Of course, I'm getting more help there, so it's not really going to be comparable to competition. For the sake of trying, let's do it. Let's do one more on the left arm. Bangarang, this song is the craziest drop I've ever heard. It's unexpected. Let's have that one. See if it gives us any boost. Give it a try with a other grip, non-false grip. It is a bit harder. In a weird, like when you get up here, it's almost like your wrist is limiting your range of motion. When you have false grip, you don't really need to change anything. But when I had my wrist like this, it felt weird. These, like the under part of the hand was the thing touching my body first, not the bar. And might work if I have it a bit wider, but definitely prefer false grip. But this might have looked a bit cleaner though. I don't know, we see on the video. But now let's move on and do the Victorian on parallettes. I got exhausted. Hard to talk when you're exhausted. I should just shut up. I have a hard time doing that. Let's move on. It is time for the Victorian. Extremely hard skill. In my opinion, underrated. The people who know how hard this skill is, they know. At least to get it in good form. I have underrated it for a long time, but now that when I'm starting to train way more consistent, I'm actually starting to get the form actually decent or solid. I don't know what you call it, but I would count it. My form back in the days when I would do it in competition, I did get some points for it, but my bum was just so far down that in my opinion, it's not even worth doing. But this competition, I will do it and I will have good form. That's like all I want. To have a solid Victorian in competition, that's powerful. Gives a lot of points as well, since it's a high ranked skill. The plan now is to do 3 sets, but each set I will do 3 reps of Victorian hold. So first one will be from handstand, starting handstand, going down to Victorian hold, then jump up into dip position, fall back into Victorian. Hold it for 1-2 seconds, mark it a bit. It's pretty short holds, can't do it too much if I'm doing 3 reps. And then the third one is also from the dip. Simulating something I would do in comp. I would usually maybe come from a planche. I would be here, drop down to dip position, or just fall down with leg, and then fall back into the Victorian. That could be a pretty solid entry. That's why I train it like this. I need a drop. Oh yeah, it is still pretty damn heavy. I think the first 2 sets were pretty good. At least the hips felt like they were a bit higher than the last one, of course. I get exhausted and that form is a bit worse, but still pretty good in my opinion. Let's do 2 more sets and hopefully I can continue with this form. That's why I'm taking also a bit more rest. Usually I would train and have 2 to 3 minutes rest, but now when it's competition preparation, more towards 4 and 5 minutes. So I can fully recover and each set will be at a good level. Because if I'm tired and doing something, it's not really worth it if it's just shit form. That's the plan. Let's just do the same thing. Now we have the perfect angle for form checking. So I will let you guys be the judge. The first one from the handstand, I'm literally gonna try my best to just have perfect form. The other ones, of course I'm gonna try my best, but not expecting as much. But the first one especially, more simulating competition. I would only do 1 rep in comp, but of course being a bit more tired. So the other ones are maybe even more accurate, to be honest. Whew. I know last one wasn't the perfect one. I know that. But the first one might have been pretty good. I hope so. Let's check it and do one more set. Whoop! Final set. I did check the footage, and the first one from the handstand was really good. And when I say perfect, I don't mean like the perfect hold of a Victorian. There's always gonna be someone that can perform it way better than me. When I say perfect, that's related to what's perfect for me. Like, what's the standard that I would say this I am really happy with. That's what I call perfect. So when I say this was perfect form, I mean maybe not the perfect form for a Victorian, but perfect in the sense that damn, I am extremely happy with it, if that makes sense. I know that I'm most likely not gonna have the perfect form in anything compared to the rest of the world. It's always gonna be someone that's better. But perfect to the sense, or perfect compared to your own standards, is definitely doable. So let's get a perfect Victorian hold. Oh, so damn heavy. I also noticed something, and that's the fact that I don't breathe during these ones. I give like 200% of my power when I do Victorian holds, and I'm not breathing. I can guarantee you that. It's like I'm just holding, which is not good. But it's almost always like that with the hardest skills, because it takes so much, almost focus to perform these type of skills. The same as with like Maltese and one-arm front lever. When I do them, it's full focus on just performing the skill, that breathing and everything else, it's sort of just pushed to the side, and the focus is just on the hold. And of course, I wouldn't be able to hold that long if I'm not breathing. But that's where I am right now. Of course, as I improve, get stronger, the breathing is more of a routine-based thing. Because now in normal front lever, I can breathe casually. Before, when I started actually training front lever, the moment I would start to breathe, I would lose the core connection and I would drop the form. That's what would happen before, when I was weak in front lever. Now, I'm really strong in front lever, so breathing is good there, but the same scenario with one arm, with Victorian. So hopefully one day I will be in the state where I can just breathe controlly as well, and not lose the form because of it. But that was it for the Victorians. Let's move on to weighted pull-ups. I brought 120 and then another one, so 40 kg. If you're wondering why I'm not increasing in weight in pull-ups and also sticking with 8 repetitions, it's because this is something I just do for fun, because I enjoy it. Of course, it builds some strength right now, but in sense or in relation to the competition preparation, of course, I'm not gonna do pull-ups in competition. Might do a muscle up to a transition, but pull-ups, never gonna happen. Therefore, these ones I just do for fun because I enjoy it. I have something to look forward to in the end of the workout. But it would be really bad if I were to get injured because I put on too much weight or I overtrain pull-up when it actually doesn't give me anything at the moment for competition. So that's why I'm sticking with this weight and this reps, or these reps. 8 reps, 3 sets. Oof. Pretty heavy, to be honest. Didn't feel too light today. But then again, it's 40 kg. It's not like it's baby weights. It's just not extreme weights. Let's do 2 more. Set number 2. It's almost most painful in the hands. If I get really good grip, almost a bit fast grip, the bar is grabbing here, but it's also pulling a lot in the hands. Whereas if I were to hang in fingertips, it wouldn't be as painful, but I would use a lot of strength. And I want to use all the strength for the pulling, not necessarily just holding the bar. And therefore I prefer actually having a bit more false grip at the moment, because I can focus more on the reps and not just staying on the bar. One more set. Let's get a back shot for that one. They're always pretty sick. Last one for today. 10 in a 10. I'm not gonna do 10. I'm gonna do 8 in a row, no pause. And in order to do it, I need to get my breathing right, so get enough oxygen for the rep, and a pretty decent grip. So the grip doesn't take too much energy. That was close to being a fail, but only close. We did still make it. Maybe not chin over on the last rep, but I am satisfied. That was it for the exercise part. Let's wrap it up. We are in frame. This was a pretty damn good session. I am happy. I'm gonna say this a few times, but when we have shitty workouts, like my last one, the next one is a 99% guaranteed gonna be a really good one. And the reason is because the bad workout sort of becomes like deload sessions. Since it's bad, we're probably not putting as much pressure on the body, and the muscle to some degree get to rest. And then the next workout, you're fully recovered, your muscles are fresh, and you're ready to slay. Just like today. It was a really good one, and I'm happy to be back on track. Of course, I know that training goes up and down, which is part of our journey. But it's always nice to get a good workout, because then you really feels like you're getting results from the things you do. And a quick reminder, just to everyone that's grinding, I'm here a Friday night, 8 in the evening, or the people that are working on weekends. Just know that everything you're putting in right now is gonna pay off in the future. That's something we all gotta understand when it comes to training, with business as well, with literally everything. The things we do right now, they will give results maybe in 2, 3, 4 months later. And that is, to some degree, it can be such a boost, because I know that the things I'm doing right now, it's gonna make me a better person in the future. But the truth is, it also requires, to some degree, some sort of mentality, because being here, doing extremely hard workout and not getting results directly, that's not for everyone. It's just part of the game. And that's something I think you just gotta appreciate the fact that you're doing something now and seeing results in the future. And if you're happy with that, if that's a good enough motivation for you, then you're gonna be perfect for the gym. I also know most people that watch these vlogs, you're all already into fitness. You have your reasons. That's extremely good. Let's do some light flexing. I'm thinking we will start with the back, since that's what I trained today. A pull session. Maybe we have some back muscles. Ooh, double bicep. Then we have I don't know with this one. Obviously don't know how to perform all of them. Maybe something like that. Tricep, not necessarily something we did today, but can look good. Maybe this arm is better. That's something. Then lat spread. I'm so bad at that one. Just look like a lost chicken. Double forward bicep. Pretty solid. I think that might be it for the posing part. I also want to tell you guys about tomorrow. Since I'm only training freestyle outdoors, it's extremely dependent on the weather. And the weather is gonna be pretty decent tomorrow, but extremely bad in 2 days when it's planned to have, or when I've planned to do freestyle session. So what might happen is I switch the session and doing freestyle tomorrow, which means that it might be a freestyle vlog instead. So if you enjoyed yesterday's vlog, you're hopefully gonna enjoy that one as well. All right. If you enjoyed yesterday's vlog, this might be good news. Hopefully it is. I love doing freestyle. I haven't done too much vlogs about it either, since it's just a bit more time consuming. And when you're doing freestyle, you're a lot in your zone, and it requires slight more effort to talk as well when you're doing freestyle, because sometimes for some sessions I'm just silent, listening to music, landing my shit. That's a combination of both. I want to get good as well with talking. I want to show you guys freestyle sessions too, and it doesn't take too much. Now that I'm getting way more used to talking as well, it's less and less of a, let's say, burden. That's the wrong word. I love to talk, but it takes some effort for me since English isn't my first language. I always have to think a bit about what I say. But since I've been doing it for a while now, it's getting more fluent and easier as well. Therefore, I think more freestyle vlogs is gonna be doable. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you wanna see more vlogs like this one and some dope content in the future. I'll see you guys in the next one.